welcome back. I got an idea for a project today because I saw something that Xisuma built in a recent video of his, a kind of a gold farm, and I want to try to build something like it here, because while I'm going to continue the gold farm project that I started originally a long time ago in the Nether and eventually stopped working on because it became so incredibly boring, I am going to continue that project, but I want to see if I can do something with this one, because one of the resources that I have kind of been short on a lot is gold. And so I'm going to give a shot to building this just to see how it produces. And I thought it would be appropriate to build it on top of the original big mob tower. So I'm going to get up there and get started with this. Alright, here we are. This right here where I'm standing used to be, back in the day, the highest place you could put a block. Of course, that has since changed, but what I'm going to do here is I'm going to start something right there. Go ahead and take this torch out of the way. Jump up on here. And let's see, I need to come out another block. No, I'm in the right position right here. Okay. So I need a wall all the way around here, and actually this is going to be the floor level at first. Alright. And this is going to be where the floor level starts out here. And the outer wall will be along there. Alright, now more outer wall along here. Alright, now the outermost wall here is actually going to go around the entire structure. Alright, now I brought some water with me because water flow is going to be a part of this. Alright, that's perfect right there. Water will go to here, and what I'll need to do is, well, let's just go ahead and stop that, break this. Now, the floor space will continue in this direction, but down a block here. So let's just jump down. Okay, I have to get back up there. Probably going to be doing a bunch of these temporary pillars. Now this level will go all the way across. And this will proceed onward this way until it reaches the point where the water has to go down another block. And I'm going to go ahead and get more of this built up, and I'll check in a bit. Alright, so I finally got this structure put together on top of the mop tower. I've got a line of water blocks here that once I take out this line of cobble, it'll flow all the way down here and stop right at the edge. Then there's a 2-block drop, and I'll have more water here and extend it with more water blocks and pressure plates using that old trick. And then the drop will be right here. Mops will drop down here, and I will have, well, I'll have some solid blocks here, and then pistons on those blocks. Let's see, I got some pistons here. Of course, it would be helpful if I placed them correctly. Alright, now we have some solid blocks here in front of the sticky pistons. And then back here, we just need an arrangement to fire them. And if I'm not mistaken, let's see, over here I should still have some redstone stuff left over from when I had the fireworks display up here. Alright, so I think if I go like this, like so, and then throw a lever down here just to turn this on. Okay. Alright, that'll do the crushing job, so I can go ahead and fill that in, but not yet, because the blocks that are here need to be hoppers. So we'll throw a chest here, hopper pointing into it. Hopper pointing into that one. Let's make sure it's pointing the right direction. Yes, it is. All right. All right, now, see, I've got some glass. We'll go ahead and throw some glass here. All right. Mobs fall down there. Hit the lever, they get squished, and their drops go into the hoppers, which lead them into the chest. And let's just make it a double chest. Alright. So now up here, here's my little access route getting up here. Start out with couple of buckets of water. In the corner there. Jump back out. Break that. That should be enough pressure plates. Alright, 2 right there. I just need to reload my water and repeat this trick all the way down there. Water here and here. A couple of more pressure plates. Water again. And then, alright, one more pressure plate. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and put them, let's see. It's 1, 2, 3, well, actually, I just need to put them there. Get 2 more buckets of water. Drop them here and here. Okay. 2 more pressure plates. Although actually I think I'm going to have to rework this a little bit. I don't want the water flowing down in there, of course. Alright. So if I put pressure plates here and there, break those, get back up out of there, I know what I have to do here. I have to not do that. Alright. I know what I have to do. I have to work my water backwards. And don't you love the thunderstorms in Minecraft? Okay, yeah, water needs to go here. Pressure plates here and here. Now this water goes right to the edge and stops. Okay. Now the water's flowing the way it needs to. And I'm going to go down and use that bed and get rid of this storm. Because it's spectacular, but it's noisy and irritating. Alright, now I can clean up some of the mess I made down here. Alright, that'll work. This'll work. I need to rework this into something a little better, but it'll do for initial testing. And I had better do something about eating, too. Alright. So, water comes down here, takes the mobs that way, and sends them down there where I can crush them. Alright, now, here's the fun part. This is the capture and collection setup. The actual trap is going to be built above it. And that trap is going to consist of a series of very large portals. Okay, I just need to get down here and grab wherever I put the obsidian. I think I stuck it in here. No. Alright, I need to go get my obsidian and I'll be right back. Alright, now what I need to do is lay out where I'm going to build a series of portals. And these portals are going to be 23 by 23, which is the largest portal you can make these days. An interesting change that. It does open up some interesting possibilities. Alright, so I'm going to lay it out with dirt because that's easy to tear down. Alright. I need to move one block from the end of this out to that side, and that'll be centered. But I don't need to do it in dirt now that I know where the center is. It's too bad I fail at making steps. Alright, so just break all this out and put down obsidian. And then put up a series of portals all the way across there, 23 wide by 23 tall. And I expect this is going to take a while, so I'm not going to make you watch the whole process. I'm going to go ahead and get it done and cut back in when all of these portals are built. Okay, I've got the base part of the portals built, and I went ahead and got this one frame finished. And the thing to do now is to light that thing and make sure that it actually works, that I have the dimensions right. Okay, that means that I have the dimensions incorrect, because if they were right, it would light up. So now I need to count my dimensions and make sure I've got them right. In fact, I'm going to take a minute and look it up on the wiki again just to make sure, so that I don't waste a bunch of time building portals that I have to tear down and rebuild. As it is, there might be some tear down, but not nearly as much as there could be. Alright, I've checked it out, and I put down 23 redstone torches, because 23 by 23 is in fact the correct dimension. But including this block all the way to the end, this is one block too wide, which is a little bit of a pain, but it could have been a whole lot worse if I'd had all of these built. So I'm going to tear down one end of this right here and build myself back up, and so on, and just rebuild it. I've got a little thing here. I'm bringing a bed along with me so that I can go straight to daylight when it gets dark like this. I don't care to have to deal with mobs while I'm doing the rest of this. So I just break that one. Obsidian there. Break this obsidian. And all of those going up, I'm going to go ahead and break that one too, even if I don't catch it. It'll fall down there, get caught in the hoppers, and end up in the chest down there. So now, let's break this column and build a new column in its place, and then it should light. Alright. Now we've got a full 23 wide, we know for certain. Go ahead and collect all these redstone torches. And let's try lighting it again. Okay. Excellent. Now I'm going to break a block out of it to shut it down, because I don't actually want that portal active just yet. That just confirms that I now finally have the dimensions right. Now, to build a whole bunch more, just like that one. Alright, I've got 5 of these giant portals finished, and I don't have enough obsidian to do another whole one yet. I'm going to have to go back to the end and farm more obsidian, because that's where I've been getting it. I go to the end and basically I'm cutting down those obsidian towers that are in there. So, now the next step in construction of this thing trapdoors. The idea here that any pigmen that spawn along here will see these trapdoors as something they could walk across, encouraging them to fall off. That's not very encouraging though. Bad aim. So I'll just pop these along all of these portals, the ones that are finished. And then it'll be time to come around and light them all. Okay, I've placed all the trapdoors that I have wood to make right now, so I'm going to call that enough for the time being. I'm going to go ahead and light the ones that I've got done. And then I'll spend some time in the end harvesting more obsidian. And get some more logs and get this going on better. But now, the next step in this is go ahead and get this water flow going, because we already have guests appearing. This is good. There. Now the water flow takes everybody down that way into the trench, and the trench sends them all this way. Although they apparently are tracking me while I'm up here, but that's all right. We'll head down here to the reception area. I'm just going to move this redstone down this way so that my switch is handy. Okay, we We have at least a couple or three in there. I see 3. What does F3 say? F3 is reporting 5 entities. Okay. And I'm not doing this for experience, so I'm just going to go ahead and let the crusher kill them. And we have goodies showing up in the chest. Some more crushing. Or are they jumping out when I hit the crusher? Well, that's working now. All I had to do was get them mad at me. That's easy. See if I can get them through the cracked corner of the glass. Or for that matter, let's just break that bit of glass. And since this is a looting 3 sword, of course I would rather the crushing was a little more complete. But it's a work in progress. We've got a good start on this, and we'll continue working on this next time. In the meantime, thanks for watching. Take it easy. I'm out of here.